All right. Test.
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 Here, I'm interested to know what you guys think of the recent news that there's now a new chief creative officer at Lucasfilm. They gave it to Dave Filoni, so he will now be in charge.
That was the fanciest way anybody's ever said that guy's name.
Filoni.
Filoni.
Just so as not to confuse it with baloney.
Am I saying it wrong? How do you say it?
It's Filoni. Yeah,
Filoni?
It's the I is not pronounced. It's Filoni.
Filoni. Gotcha.
Felony.
So he has overseen the Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, but now he has a new role at Lucasfilm, Chief Creative Officer. He still holds the title of Executive Vice President, which he received in 2020. So just giving him more control over the content and everything. So he's
I think
basically
we said
saying,
it before.
did we? I think I said it was maybe going to do it. I don't know.
I was going to say, but I think we collectively said before, Star Wars
They should give it to him.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
They need a somebody at the helm, a creative control guy. That's creative and not executives controlling it.
Yep. So there you go. And he's saying he's not looking to take everything over. You know, the filmmakers are going to make their films and so forth. But like you said, they have one.
He is going to have the
One
creative
singular
direction.
guy. Exactly right. So
It's hard to argue with the track record. I mean, everything that you just listed off there are some of the glowing spots in Star Wars, in recent history. So, I mean, that's a good sign.
I agree.
It's what,
And
10 years too late?
yeah, the sequels. Yeah, definitely.
If he would have come on and had creative control from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and
That would have been a lot better product for sure. Those
but
sequels.
it's totally different.
Yeah, absolutely. And it said everything they've already planned is still moving. You know, the new Daisy Ridley movie will be there. The Mandalorian movie that they're planning, and the one that's way before, way before this. The other stories. All that stuff's still in the works. But I don't know. Well, you guys already said some of it here. So, any other thoughts on this, Dean? You think so? You obviously think it's a good direction to go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Dave Filoni was kind of sat at the right hand of George Lucas throughout the Clone Wars. That's where he learned this. That's where he helmed his career, is being taught by George Lucas. So this isn't somebody, just a fan coming in, although he is. He also has had the ear and has the fucking goddamn phone number. George Lucas comes to these sets now and visits because of Dave Filoni. So it is in the right hands going forward. If there's any way to get a time machine and fix the sequels, it'd be great. But let's go forward and let's see what he can retroactively in the future fix. I don't know if that's possible or that makes sense, but yeah, good call. I like it.
Okay. Nick, what do you think? Any other thoughts?
No, I mean, I agree with what Dean just said there. I mean, like I said, the things that you listed off are some of the better things to come out of Star Wars in recent memory. So, I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better. I mean, about where it's headed and the fact that he's in control of it. So we'll just see what happens, I guess. I mean, what's done is done.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I've learned to just kind of appreciate Star Wars for the things that I enjoy about it, and then just kind of ignore the things that I don't. So, I can just pretend everything stopped after Return of the Jedi and just be like, Star Wars was cool. That's where it all stopped.
Do you think that there's now a chance, and we've heard rumors of this before, that they take the sequels and branch those off as a different alternate universe in the timeline, and he goes back and does something different?
It would be interesting to see if it would be received from the fans and the diehard fans, because ultimately you do have. I mean, yeah, you need to create your own story, but you still have to listen to the fans. And would they accept? Like, would you guys accept it? Would you guys go? You know what? So you want the sequels, no matter how shitty they are, to continue to be canon.
I'm sick of the multiverse shit from everyone all the time, always, everywhere.
But if you can get the Luke Skywalker,
everyone's doing it.
If you can get the old Luke Skywalker the way he should have been, you wouldn't accept that?
No, at the end of the day, I don't want Star Wars to rip off other comic book things. I want Star Wars to be Star Wars, and like I said, I want to, in my head, Star Wars just ends at Return. I don't need it to be more. I don't need more. I don't need everything from these people until they die.
Why would you continue to watch it then?
Because we do this podcast. I mean, I really probably wouldn't if I'm good with Return of the Jedi. Like, I don't need to see any of these. I don't really like. I mean, Ahsoka was the one that I was the most excited to see, but I watched them to keep up with what's going on, but I'm not over the top interested in any of it anymore, really. It's just all kind of the Disney Star Wars really fucked me. I was just like, I'm kind of done with this. Like, it's just It kind of took the storyline to it was going down a path that I couldn't follow. And that's just kind of where it was. But I mean, like, I don't
shit on the prequels and then quote them.
Oh, I like the prequels. It's the last three I don't like.
Oh, you're going storyline chronologically when saying
correct.
Ending with I didn't know if you were stopping.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would have prequels. Yeah, great. Like prequels,
all right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it stops in my head. Like I'm just cutting it off. It stops. But no, like I mean, there's a level of fun, right? We've talked about it at great length, and I'm not trying to drag this out longer a conversation. It needs to be, but like we all grew up with Star Wars. We love Star Wars. There's that nostalgia effect. There's the fact that it's involved in Star Wars. There's something a little bit fun to it. It's nowhere near the same thing, though. Even as good as these series are and things like that, it's nowhere near the excitement level or the interest or intrigue that I had in any of those movies. It's just not quite the same thing. But I don't want to see like everyone's doing multiverse everything. Like Marvel just made such a huge thing out of it, and it was so popular that DC's like, oh, we can recast all of these different Batman, and we can do different versions of this, and we can do, and now everybody, and like, I mean, I know I'm sure it's in comics too, but like, I just
say their origins aren't out of nowhere.
I don't need that from Star Wars. Like, I don't want Star Wars doesn't. I mean, yes, it's outer space and galaxies, and certainly it's conceivable, but now it just feels like you're ripping off what everyone else is doing to make more money. And it's just like, I don't need that from Star Wars. Star Wars, I would rather, like you said, I'd rather have them do it shittily than go back and just try to rip off something else that other people have already been doing. It's just, I don't know. Personally, I don't know.
I if you could give me the Luke Skywalker we were meant to have, I would at least entertain the thought.
Brian,
yeah, they could do some of that. I don't know that they would, if the current Rey, if the new Rey movie was not in the works, then I think there would be a stronger consideration for that option. But, the fact that they're bringing her on, and as we know, they're going to set that movie like 15 years past the last movie. I think it's an opportunity, as we've said before on the show here too, to fix or clean up a lot of that stuff. And you still could bring in, Force Ghost Luke Skywalker. And maybe, Mark Hamill, I'm sure, is still willing to do stuff. He definitely embraces the role for sure. So I would be surprised if, that Mark Hamill does not make an appearance in this movie as more of a powerful Jedi Luke. Or they continue to weave the young Luke into some of this stuff here to kind of fix some of that. I don't know. But I don't think they're going to do that now.
You think they're going to try to get the real ghost of Carrie Fisher?
To float her way back in?
Or something? Yeah, float her way back in? Yeah. Yeah, terrible. Yeah. I don't know. But I agree with you guys. I think it's a great creative direction for Star Wars to put it all into one person who is truly a fan.
Yep.
Knows the content, grew up with it. He's not looking to screw it up.
Was mentored by George Lucas.
There you go. I think it's in good hands. Absolutely.
Yep. Zennial Dean, Gen X Brian, Millennial Nick. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe.